Welcome to the Changeroom. My name is Tibs. This is my co-host Sbu. How you doing, man?
I'm good, yourself, man.
I'm good, man. So the topics we'll be discussing today, we'll be discussing some rugby news.
Yep.
We'll be discussing some local and international football. We'll be discussing Serena Williams' pursuits of that elusive 24th Grand Slam. And we'll be discussing some other news. So yeah, I had a good weekend, man.
Yeah, no, it's been good, man. And especially with the sports that you're talking about, it's been great all around, man. It's fantastic. Once again, we're back this week and get us underway.
I will do our best. Okay, cool. We're going to start on a really somber note. Muzi Manyike, a really talented rugby player, sadly passed away. Or not passed away, but his body was found this last week. He was a stalwart in young rugby players.
Yeah.
He was, to just go through some of his accomplishments, he was the SA Schools South African captain. Mm-hmm. He was in the Lions under 21 setup. He was also, in the 7 squad.
Yeah, just about getting there, yeah.
So he was like, I know for us, like we all wanted to be sportsmen, but then, when you don't make it as a sportsman, you become a pundit. So here we are. Those that can't do, teach.
Absolutely, man.
Yeah.
And when I heard of, at first when the news broke of him disappearing, and a lot of people were actually, trying to find, obviously locate where he was, and there's a whole thing that was going on social media, should come back or bring him back if there's anything outside of the ordinary that had happened. I think that was back in November last year.
Yes.
And then then a few weeks ago, like last week, then we found out about the body. It's a really sad story of someone who was coming up, looking like straight to or set to be a Springbok, and then now we learn of these news. It's terrible, man.
Yeah, no, and I fully agree. Like for me, if you go view him on YouTube, like there's a really nice a moment from the JP, because that's the high school he went to. The coach, he was speaking about how when he was captain of their first team rugby, they lost to Affies, which is their big rival, and he was the closest that they ever been to beating Affies, because they hadn't beaten Affies. And he said even though that they lost the game, him as captain, after everybody in the change room left, like he still was the last person there cleaning up after everybody. So he was an utter true gentleman, and we want to send all our condolences to the family, to his friends, and to the community that he was from. He is a real treasure, national treasure. So thank you for your service.
Definitely.
And also a sad moment, Dan Carter. That's how they call him on the commentary. Dan Carter.
Sad note.
No, because he retired from rugby. He's officially retired. He retired internationally, I think, a couple years ago. But now he's fully retired from all forms of rugby. He was arguably the world's greatest fly half we've ever seen.
No, I don't think arguably. He is. He is. We'll never see anyone like him. Mm-hmm. So I think it was he retired at the age of 38. It was going to come to that. You can watch someone and enjoy him for the longest time, like how we are still enjoying the Messis, the Ronaldos. Eventually it will come the time whereby they surrender their kicking boots or playing boots or whatever the case is. And what a gentleman, man. What a proper player, eh?
No, he was
a player.
He was, the thing is, because for me, at the time, because he came out also I was young and in primary school going into high school, at the time everyone is Johnny
How old are you,
Wilkins.
Chief? How old are you, Chief?
I'm old as fudge, fam.
Okay.
I'm old as fudge.
I see you.
Exfoliation, that's how you get the skin.
Oh, I see you. Extract. Okay.
But so because then when I was growing up, cool, Johnny Wilkinson, Andrew Mertens, that was these are the fly halves of the century. But for me, Dan Carter has better stats than all of them, to be honest. He has over 112 test matches for New Zealand, and he scored 1,598 points. I did this on a calculator, so this is not my maths. He basically scored 14 points every game. Every game.
Basically, on average. Which is match
winning
on its own.
Yeah.
Match winning on its own.
14, yeah.
Besides the stats, people are just so ready to talk about the stats, and it's a huge thing. Yes, they're very important in sports, and definitely, but look at that guy play, man. Look at swagger there. The way he was a proper playmaker. He made the team tick. Whether it's Crusaders, whether it's Racing, whether it's All Blacks. The reason why he's played so many games for all the teams that I've mentioned. I know he played for I think couple of other teams that I haven't mentioned there, but I've seen him. I got to watch him in the All Blacks and the Crusaders, and also in play for Racing in France. And looking at how he'd play, and I also wanted to see someone from South Africa, in that going that route and be like, yeah, see now. We have our own very own Dan Carter, but unfortunately, it will take us a lifetime to see another one. But over 1,000 points, that's massive. That's massive.
No, like I agree with you. Like he revolutionized fly halves. Like usually
Definitely.
back in the day, like Johnny Wilkinson was a kicking fly half. He did everything. He tackled. He was like a monster. He was like 2 meters. He ran. He played inside center. He revolutionized fly half position of you, not just a kicker, because could kick with his left foot anywhere, 50 meter, corner post, anywhere. Homeboy was like, nah, sharp, it'll go over.
It'll definitely go over.
Yeah, and what you're saying about how he led teams, like he won 2 World Cups. Like at Flower won 2 World Cups for New Zealand, and basically won Player of the Year 3 times in a row.
Yeah,
not 3 times in a row, but 3 times overall in his career.
Definitely.
And that's when I have to say, like, you know what? You can be classified as being great.
No, he's the GOAT, bro. I mean, looking at GOAT.
I never knew what that stood for the longest time.
Oh, really?
I'm like, what's a GOAT, bro?
I'm not he's so good, it's so good. But yeah, he's a GOAT. He's the greatest of all time when it comes to the fly-off position. And I don't think it would take us another lifetime to see another player like him. And as much as he came back, I think when he was like 36 or 2 years ago or something, when he went back to New Zealand. If it was real, I don't remember really well, but I remember seeing him in his twilight years playing. But you can still see that this thing is class. This thing is permanent. Like you can never teach that. You can never teach that. I know there's kicking coaches. I'm not saying that they're useless, but I mean, there are certain things that you can never teach, especially as like what Dan Carter used to do. So he was a proper player. On off the field, I mean, 2 World Cups, 3 Super Rugby trophies, with these 1,000 gazillion points of kicking. You saw, I mean, if that does not say GOA to you, nothing else will say.
No, that's very true. I think that, he absolutely revolutionized the game. And I think he did something where every country in the world would have wanted Dan Carter. Definitely. In my head. Now, I don't know if every team in the world wants Gavin Hunt, but I think we need to, and as a disclaimer for I realize that like Kaizer Chiefs, we've maybe not been the biggest supporters. But so
you don't say.
No, we don't.
No, you don't say.
Clearly.
You don't say.
So we're going to be a lot nicer today to Kaizer Chiefs. I try not to say Gavin Hunt's at the wheel. He has no driver's license. But
maybe he doesn't say.
Maybe he got it at the prime.
Oh,
but yeah, so Chiefs played 2 games this week. 1 point.
This past week,
1 point, 2 goals. 1 is a penalty. There was a lot to decipher. But let's go for the first game. Zulu, Chiefs, 2-1, F&B Stadium. How do you feel like the game went for you?
You see, the thing is about that game is that people forget the fact that the Kaizer Chiefs had played Amazulu the first time or in the first round. The Chiefs won 1-0, and it was Amazulu who were just going into this transition of the new owner, Tibs Dhlomo, coming in and bringing all these players and wanting to do all these things and revolutionize or whatever they wanted to do. But when they played against this Amazulu side, now has these quality players. Benny McCarthy is at the helm, and they gelling. They having all these these nice games. They playing well. They attacking. They defending. Everything is going well. Even the defenders are scoring free kicks. Something they're scoring very good goals. And you look at the time that Kaizer Chiefs are now playing Amazulu, and it's not a disgrace for Chiefs. I don't think they should be. They should feel bad about losing against Amazulu, because Amazulu are on top right now. They're playing really well, and the game could have obviously went any other way. My thing is about Kaizer Chiefs on the day is that, look, if the scoreline is 1-0 or it's 1-1, in fact, this is my advice to Kaizer Chiefs moving forward. If you score first, defend the entire 90 minutes, Chief. Don't even think about going gung ho. You don't have anything that says you should go gung ho right now.
Okay.
You don't have any. We don't need to talk about the players. That's another situation on its own. But you get that point or you get that goal. Just rather, if anything bad happens, let it be a draw. Because right now nobody knows what's going on in Kaizer Chiefs. People are playing Kevin Hunt. People are playing the players, but
People are playing Kune. People are playing Kune coming
Then
back.
there's another one.
Yeah. Hey, man, homeboy came out of not retirement, but came out of the shadows. I'm like, how Kune still plays? I'm like, I am back. But like, because people blame, because for the Amazulu game, people will blame like Kune for the goal. And I'm like, to be honest, shame, like as a keeper, because I play goalkeeper in soccer, he could have done better. But the whole game, for me, both teams were wasteful. I will say that.
Definitely.
Both teams missed chances for both teams were playing, what's that game, bruh? Marco Polo, there we go.
Okay.
That's how they were passing the ball.
The Marco Polo that we play with kids, Marco Polo.
Yeah. So they close their eyes and they're like, wait, Marco. And then you see Markovic shout, Polo. And they're like, sharp, now I'm going to pass to you. Because no one could pass to anybody. There was and that's my main issue with Kaizer Chiefs that I finally figured out is, for me, their midfield, no one knows how to play on the ball. Everyone is long ball, cool, let's go down the flanks, cool, and just cross for free. I'm like, cool, you have one striker, Markovic, up there by himself. Who are you crossing to? There's no build-up play, and there's no one in the midfield that's like, yeah, sharp, let me hold up the ball, let me try pass to somebody, let me try make a movement, pass and go, shy at some disky moves, nothing. No one wants to take anyone on. Everyone is just, Marco, and then that's it. And that's what I feel like. And that's why I say Gavin Hunt, maybe, what does he teach them in coaching? But that's just my thing of why I feel both teams gave the ball away, but Amazulu took their chances.
Definitely.
Chiefs don't have somebody that can take chances for them.
For the first time, let's drink to this. For the first time, you're making sense. Well done.
Thank you. But yeah.
My thing is though, I disagree with what you're saying.
Okay.
It does make sense. However, I'm saying, look, Kevin Hunt is a quality coach. He's been doing it for years. I think he's been coaching for like 20 plus years now. And we know his track record, the team that he has coached and what he has done. Yes. Why is it a problem with the Kaizer Chiefs right now? It's not the first time he's coaching a big team. As much as they are not the biggest sporting brand in South Africa, but they are a big team that have high ambitions or very top ambitions in their agenda. They have to win something, whether it's the league or a couple of trophies. Now, the thing is, Kevin Hunt for me is a quality coach. Yeah. And I think he's at the right place. Remember that Kaizer Chiefs, and this is people make a joke of this and say, it doesn't matter, they can't sign here, whatever, but that is a huge factor. Even if Kaizer Chiefs went on to buy 3 Zimbabweans and 30 got them for free, it doesn't matter, they have players that they can try and play around it. Now, week in, week out, they're playing sort of like the same players. Kevin Hunt has to be creative now and try and move Frostner to inside or play in the wing or whatever the case is. He has to make the most of what he has, and unfortunately it's not working for them. And people would try and bring in the Chelsea situation in England. Sometimes it will work, sometimes it will not work. It was Frank Lampard's first season. Fortunately for Chelsea, they managed top 4, but it doesn't necessarily mean that every team that would get banned for signing, they will automatically go all the way and be and challenge. Yeah. Kevin Hunt does not have a lot of players to work with. He has to make use of what he has. Last season, these are the same players last season that lost the league in the 11th hour of the season. Hey, you don't come back from that. Story, they had a small break to recover from that and start a new season.
With a new coach.
With a new coach. You don't just forget you being close to winning a season and losing it in the last game and think you're going to kick the ground running in the new season. That is rubbish. Nobody should expect Kaizer Chiefs to do that. Yeah. Nobody. Okay. The best thing right now for me, moving forward for Kaizer Chiefs, is avoid defeat at all costs. If you get 1-1, it's good for you. It's good for you. 1-1 is good for you. 0-0 is good for you. It's great for you. Celebrate each and every point that you get. That's the best thing about Kaizer Chiefs that Kaizer Chiefs has to do for me right now.
Okay, I'm gonna say what my thing is, but for me, it's like you said, limited amount of players. But I also feel like, because he made 4 changes from the team that lost out, and like you said, he was switching players in positions. Bernard Parker all of a sudden is back again, and I'm like, how? This man still playing. Again, he breaks it.
You are surprised by a lot of players.
Hey, right? No, I'm like, because I remember them out there celebrating, living their best life. And then I'm
Has he scored this season?
I don't think so.
Okay.
but the thing is, that's my thing. It's been 3/4 of a season, and he still can't find a thing that works. He can't find a way to get results, because he did that against SuperSport. They went ahead, they tried to defend, drew 1-1. So I think that's where they are now. They are just a normal team. That 1-1 against SuperSport is a W. Fantastic. So in the comments below, how do you feel Kaizer Chiefs are doing? Are we wrong in our analysis? Where is the problem? Because
the way forward.
Where's the way forward? Not the problem, because we can see the problem. Where's the way
They're not
forward?
winning. That's the only problem. But we just need to know as to what's next for Chiefs right now. Where to from here? What do they have to do?
Yeah.
Do you think I'm wrong? Am I rubbishing everyone?
Yeah.
Or is Tibs making sense? Let us know. Comments down below.
Definitely. No. So speaking of a team that's struggling, like Kaizer Chiefs, to move to another team that is flourishing in England, Man City beat Arsenal 1-0.
Hey, that was shocking, eh?
Yeah, I know. We predicted it even. We predicted it even last week.
But the results, Chief. The scoreline.
No, it wasn't. For me, it wasn't shocking for me.
No, but not 7.
No. I'll tell you what. Because Man City, right now, they're focusing on Champions League. So
Okay.
they got in 1-0. They're like, hey, Arsenal aren't going to do nothing. Arsenal, nah, fam. But we'll just chill. And they chilled. They took De Bruyne off on 60 minutes and like, nah, you ran out, bro. Good form. Save you for Wednesday. They knew Arsenal wouldn't attack. I think Arsenal had one shot on target. And like Man City were just like, we're comfortable. Like, because no team in the league can touch Man City. Without trying. They never tried at all. They scored their goal. Jesus and Aguero was out there stretching. Aguero still hasn't been tested, bro. They still haven't called the final boss.
Basically.
They haven't had to call him up. Like, he's been fit since December.
Yeah.
But all like, if he gets injured for Champions League, we might not win. It could be shaky. But they've never needed him. And De Bruyne has been injured. Never needed him. City are just dominating the league, and for Arsenal, they are just an average team.
But the thing is,
so they should be happy with 1-0. To be honest, all Arsenal fans be happy. You lost 1-0.
No, I don't think they should be happy because I think I saw a glimpse of Arsenal in the second half, particularly. They were fantastic for me. I think they played really well in the second half, and they could have just salvaged a point. And for Man City, for them, as much as they are thinking of Champions League and obviously wanting to do like a double or triple or treble, whatever they're chasing, they obviously will be a bit conservative whenever they go front or they have the front foot and they'll save a couple of players. But I feel like Arsenal could have snatched a point there. As much as they bad moving, but they could have, having a player like Osaka who can who on his own, I think he can do a lot of things. However, but he obviously needs that bit of inspiration from the others. But now, who are you going to rely on if you're gonna have a what's this guy's name from Egypt, Mohamed El Neni? How are you going to win if you have an El Neni, a Ben Folding, you have
Rob Holding,
David
Luiz.
Okay, leave out Luis because he wasn't playing. But look, how are you going to win? And props to Mikel Arteta. He, as much as Arsenal are not at their very best right now, the game could have been worse, or it could have went their way. They could have got something out of the game. Mikel Arteta in the second half, it sort of does show that he was a bit of an understudy to Pep at some points, and maybe not a prodigy per se, but they work together. So I think he got something out of it. But if Arsenal were to take what they got in the second half and move on with it, they can really push for that top 4 finish. And they could be challenging. I'm a Chelsea fan, but I'm being realistic. And, if Arsenal were to do what they did in the second half and convert and get into the box, and obviously you play against a Diaz, I mean, that oak is huge. You can you hardly get past them. And you know how are these new, whenever they sign a new defender in England, the centre back, they are very aggressive. You can never really go past them until you get there, you points, and then you win. But that finishing touch, that final product, and obviously a bit of quality from Arsenal, just a bit of that, and then they'll be home and dry.
I can sort of agree with you in terms, but not really in terms of, for me, even last season when Arsenal did really well, they got there because Aubameyang was the top goal scorer in the league. For me, and that's what I said last year, which I wish I could comment and be like, I said it last year. I said without Aubameyang's goals, Arsenal are just a top half team, and I think that's what they are. I don't think that they're going to compete for top 4, but a team that is going to compete for top 4 is West Ham United. My boy, Jesse Lingard. I'm here, fam.
Is this or this? What is it?
The Hammers, fam.
Jesse Lingard.
Jesse Lingard coming through. Since he's moved to West Ham, he scored more goals than any Man United forward. Straight up.
Really?
Yes. He scored more goals than Martial, Rashford, Greenwood.
Well, you are a United fan, so you would know.
I do know.
You would know.
But in saying that, how are West Ham's 4th? How?
Yeah, ne? Yeah.
And also beating Jose Mourinho. I think the fact that Jose Mourinho, yes, I know it's like, but like Jose Mourinho, because Jose Mourinho, David Moyes, are Man United managers. Both of them never left the club and covered in glory.
Yeah.
So I think it's showing that, hey, maybe they're not, maybe Man United is the problem, but that's not the issue. Because they're doing both really well. Okay, Tottenham had a brief spell where they were great, but like both of the managers are doing really well for their clubs. And I think what West Ham have got at the moment is that West Ham have a system, but like Antonio up front is doing the things. Like they signed Benrahma on the right.
Yep.
They signed Thomas Suchek, who's like scored 5 goals from midfield.
Already.
Like Declan Rice, obviously. Then obviously the loan signing of Jesse Lingard.
Yeah.
Like David Moyes seems to have a way that he's like, this is how we play and it's effective. Because
Basically.
that's the thing, the players buy into it. You feel like everyone, there's no one player you can say that maybe they're not having a good game.
But that's the thing. That's the thing about managers. That's the thing. That's the difference right now between Jurgen Klopp and David Moyes. Is that Jurgen Klopp right now, he is doing the same thing every week. Yeah. He's playing the same players every week.
Yep.
And I think the players themselves, they feel like very, sort of like not even so motivated enough to do anything. David Moyes, like he's like Jurgen Klopp when he got to England. Like he has that belief. You can literally see everyone is working hard. They have their heart.
Yeah.
And that's what most of these teams, sort of like the small teams, whenever they're performing well, they would have that bit of not even like quality or anything. They don't have players that can compete in the Champions League. But they have heart, and that's exactly what Mandla Nnegas is doing at Goyan Arrows right now. These players have heart. They play up until the last minute. And that's exactly what David Moyes has managed to do in his early stages of his West Ham career, and this season particularly. For them to be top 4, it's not a fluke. There's no team that can win fluke. Well, I can say about Leicester, some games when they won the season, they won the league that time, but one day, but it's not a fluke because they wanted to score a goal, then they got it, and then they did it. So that's the thing. And you're looking at Jose Mourinho, like we said last week, he's out of it, dog. He's like this oak has nothing. Like he has no ideas, Chief. It's out. It's chai.
And the sad part is, with that, I'm like, for me, because again, I don't understand how he spent all that money, on loan to bring Gareth Bale in. And then Gareth Bale comes on and he looks like the only player that Kane had a few chances. But Bale in 30 minutes that he was on the field looked like sharp. We could win this. Like they could come back into the game. Yeah. Like it was his assist. It hit the bar. His assist contributed to the goal. Like so I'm thinking, why does he not try and win? I feel like Jose Mourinho plays to defend and not lose, and then if we win, it's a bonus.
No, but you're not giving David Moyes enough credit.
Oh, okay.
You worried about Mourinho not getting it right tactically, but David Moyes got it right.
No, he did.
David Moyes got it right.
No, he's coming back. He's trying to prove that he's not the because after he went to Man United, he failed in Spain.
Yes.
Like he's actually like, bruh, I can do this.
He's home.
I can do this.
He's home.
Like Everton, he did a thing, and now he's like, sharp. I can do this. Definitely doing this. No. But and the thing that made me mad about Tottenham also because they never won is because I have Son in my fantasy team, bruh. So then, and it's maddening, bro. Because like for everyone at home, like this is a very big week in fantasy because it's the biggest double game week like of the whole season. 26 game week 26. Like my team is doing well so far at the moment. Like I'm only on because there's one more game to play today.
Okay.
Leeds versus
whoever they play. We're gonna get to the fantasy parts.
Yeah.
We're gonna get to the fantasy parts.
Yeah.
Let's just talk about how everything basically has happened. You look at the top 4 and looking at the Liverpool against when they played over the weekend. And how is Jurgen Klopp at this particular point? Is he thinking of leaving Liverpool? Is it the 5th season syndrome? Has it kicked in yet? Because remember at Dortmund, in his 5th season,
everything fell apart.
Is he also at that point, because this was his 4th season with Liverpool, are we there yet?
Yeah. No. We are. But like it's the same thing of like I said last week. I think we are there. We are there because Jurgen Klopp did really well, and the same thing at Dortmund. He did really well with his plan A. When he had his Ruises, when he had his Aubameyangs, when he had his Lewandowskis, his Gundigans, his Hummels. That was his way, and he won. I think he won. Yeah, he won. He made it to 2 finals in the Champions League.
Yes.
Like, he was doing very well. But then as soon as cool, because Dortmund on a big team, and then all their players were gone. Went to Bayern. Then all of a sudden, he never had a plan B.
But who left in Liverpool? Nobody left. They just got injured. Well, Van Dijk got injured.
And then the entire centre-back team got injured.
Exactly.
And then and that's why I said, Jurgen Klopp can only win one way. Like, in the past 3 seasons, Mo Salah, Firmino, and Sane have played over 30 games out of the 38 games in the league. All of them have played 30. Like, he knows how to win if all of his players are fit. It's, can he play if something goes wrong? And I think that's what's happening with him, is he's now, like I said, he needs to be that new girl. He needs to break up. He needs to come back with the resurgence, new hair. And he needs to find a new way to win, because the season's not going anywhere.
Yeah.
And it's not like you're going to get Van Dijk and then everything's going to go back to normal. Like, because Van Dijk is a problem, but everything else, like, there's a lot of stuff that's issue. Like, Salah not getting a shot on target. Virgil van Dijk's not going to shoot for the homie.
But now, here's another thing though. You talk about resurgence, go home and make over, whatever, for Jurgen Klopp, but this has exposed how much of not a tactical nous this Jurgen Klopp is.
Yeah.
He's not a tactical brain. He's a good manager. He can do things and he can do whatever, can inspire the team, deploy a few tactics here and there, but he cannot compete tactically against a Pep Guardiola.
No.
And in a sense, if Guardiola, he lost a couple of players over the season, he's been there, but he was able to finish in the top 2 or top 3, whatever the case is. You can't tell me that you lose Van Dijk and you lose Joe Gomez. It's not even that great. Joel Matip, he's not even that great. You lose those 3 players, and then now it's all doom. It's Armageddon. But it's like 2012.
Yeah. But like, to end off your thing, I've never thought. And again, I'm going to say hindsight, because people are going to be like, no, that's not the case. You can't say that because now it's in bad. But for the first 3 seasons Jurgen Klopp was at Liverpool, he finished 5th, 4th, and 4th.
Yeah, yes.
Exactly. So then I'm like thinking the whole time he would play well for periods, then people get tired, and then they lose. Then they had the great time when they came second, Taba, greatness, and then they won. Like, he hasn't been consistent throughout. He's just had players that were fit all the time, that played his mentality.
Definitely.
That's what there's no changing of things, there's no changing of tactics. He plays the same way and he wins or he loses. It's as simple as that.
Simple as that.
But so then that's that, because that's how bad Liverpool were doing. I sold Salah in my fantasy team to go back to.
Wow.
No, just for everyone at home, just so that they know that they can enjoy us fantasy teams, because double game week, I'm using my triple captain this game week. So in the comments, if you want to tell me what is your strategy, because I'm using my wild card in game week 31, and I'm wildcarding this game week 26. So tell me your strategy. I don't know who to wildcard, because it's either going to be Calvert-Lewin, Kane, or Fernandes. But I think I'm going to bring it home. I think I'm going to bring it home with Fernandes.
It's Fernandes. When you get the penalties, boy, it's in.
It's only in, man. So speaking of the MVP of Fernandes, that I think he is.
I did not say he's an MVP.
I feel like you said he's penalty MVP. I feel like you said he was penalty MVP. But
I wanted to create an acronym for the P. Penalty in it, but I forgot how to.
Yeah, for the penalty, he's the most valuable penalty taker. That's
basically.
That's what he is. But Naomi Osaka won her 4th Grand Slam and her 2nd Australian Open. And for me, I just wanted to say that I think that she's like a legacy. Like, she's
definitely
she's the up and coming new talent that's happening right now. Like, just because she also understands how it is to be a sports star in the current age. Because when she won her last Open, she was out wearing like the mask of like everyone that passed away in the Black Lives Matter movement. She understands that she is a brand. She's not just an athlete. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So that it's easy to be happy
and relate to her.
And like, even though we said that Serena Williams lost,
I'm sad.
We're super sad. We're super sad because they lost in the semi-final. Then Naomi beat Serena Williams in the semi-finals 6-3 and 6-4. Yeah. But she understands what it is to be an athlete in the modern day generation, which I think is fantastic because you want to speak about Serena Williams because I think Serena Williams says that she is like a future, like she used to watch Serena Williams, like it's an idol for her.
Definitely. And she was very honored to play with her. And just to, obviously, this whole round, attributes or characteristics or traits to have in this modern day sports, to be an activist and also be as good in the pitch or in the courts or wherever you play, it's actually great. But obviously, you speak of Osaka, it's great that she's where she is right now, and it's obviously building up to be the next Serena in this case. And just looking at Serena, man, I think it's curtains, man.
Whoa.
Look, I'm not saying it's curtains. I'm not saying she's bad or whatever. What I'm saying is, looking at the post-match interviews after she played against Naomi Osaka, she literally cried and she couldn't really finish the whole thing off. And when that happened, you don't know if we don't know if she's coming back, and we're all scared now. We say is 23 and out, is it? I'm not saying she should. She shouldn't. I want her to get the 24th. I mean, I am for Serena. She has to get the 24th. And I know you don't even want to hear what I have to say because I'm saying But judging from that though, I think it's curtains. But I don't think it should. It should though. She should just go home and recover and just relax, and just take it easy, and then she should basically come back. But Serena Williams, bruh, it's a powerful name to even say.
For me, it's actually amazing because I think in terms of like 23 Grand Slams, she's been playing professional tennis for nearly 20 years. I'm like, and she's still at the top. She's still at the top. She's made 4 finals in the past 2 years. She made a semi-final this time. And that's why I wanted to get to 24. I think we all do, because then that way she can tie the record for the most Grand Slams. In history.
Yes.
And that's how we can say, because she is literally an inspiration to Naomi Osaka, but she's just been a phenomenal athlete
over the years,
And imagine staying and also a great ambassador to the young kids, but imagine just doing that for that level of time. To be at the top.
And consistently stay there.
And there's been no scandals. There's no scandals. There's no nothing to do with that. It's just pure thoroughbred, I am a black woman out here trying to make history.
Definitely.
And I think that that's an inspirational story, and that's why for me I need Serena Williams to come back and fight, because we believe in you.
Definitely, man.
No,
Definitely.
We believe.
Let's chat about just a brief chat in some of the things that have been happening obviously this past weekend.
I'll go. No, because I was speaking about Naomi Osaka and Serena Williams being great ambassadors for the sport. We have a local boy that has actually not been a great ambassador for South Africa.
Whoa!
Really?
Give props. So that's why I wanted to go, because I'm happy about it.
Okay, cool.
The Joker, the Seminator.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Novak Djokovic.
Oh, he went
once again.
Okay.
Once again, Novak Djokovic defeated Daniel Medvedev. In case you missed it, that's what happened, and it was quite a match. It was quite a matchup too. Daniel Medvedev really pushed Novak Djokovic in the final, but it was eventually. I also have a bit of a soft heart, so. How do you say this? A soft spot, for Daniel Medvedev. I think he's been quite decent for over the years. I've enjoyed watching him, even though he doesn't look like a tennis player. If Chief, are you a tennis player? Sure, what's good, my brother? But no, he's a proper player, and he pushed Novak Djokovic to the ultimate end, and it was another great match to watch. And just looking at where the whole tennis industry is going, if I can say industry for lack of a better word. It's going right now. It's taking a nice turn. You don't have your sort of favorites right now. Rafa Nadal was knocked out, and that's on its own, it's a huge thing. And, looking at that turn, going forward, it's going to be a nice, exciting Roland Garros, as much as the king of the clay might claim it again. But going towards the end of the year, no, obviously there's a lot of things happening. There's an Adelaide Open. There's a lot of things going to happen. But looking at the Roland Garros, another big one. later in the year. It's going to be an exciting one just to see how most of these athletes have done. I mean, looking at how Naomi Osaka obviously got to the final. She played against Jennifer. She's also has eyes of the tennis fraternity on her now. How are we going to see Ashley Barty, what's going to be with her, later on. So it's going to be an exciting one. I love how this is turning. The whole thing now, you have a couple of people that you can never say. Well, Djokovic is great, and he's my favorite, but you can never really say that, he's going to go in and win. Like how for the longest time your Rogers have been dominant. How your Serena at some point were very dominant. So it's great. I love this where this is going, and I'm here for it.
For me, I'll agree with the thing about Djokovic. Like, for me, the thing is, Djokovic has always been the third person in the Rafael Nadal Federer debate. Like, for me, I'm Team Federer, fam. He just had finesse. He was just out here slaying. Right when I was like, I've got biceps. I don't have biceps, so that's why I don't like him. But
wow, really?
But no, but like, because for Djokovic, that was his 18th Grand Slam victory, and then Federer and Nadal both have 20. So in that mind frame, I'm like, how is he not getting the same level of like exposure or love, like what I'm saying, like you were like, oh my God,
world number one. What else do you want from him? World number one.
And that's why I said and that's actually the sad part, because like we all grew up watching Federer and Nadal, and like you were saying before, but like how the sport is changing, and that's the sad part about people in our age group, which is that
phasing out.
Everyone, it's a phasing out. The Dan Carter retirements, Serena Williams, can she win one more? You know what I'm saying? Everyone that we grew up idolizing and supporting and like being like, can Messi win another Champions League? Can Ronaldo win? You know what I mean? All of the players that we idolized growing up and we view are the GOATs and the greatest of all time are all like starting to like phase out. And
it's gonna get to that eventually.
And it's a sad moment for us, because we just want one more moment.
Let me tell you something about phasing out. Phasing out is very difficult, and it's very sad, especially if you brought it upon yourself. Bongani Zungu. No.
Yeah. So
I understand the country on its own. It's sort of like in the middle about it. Some are saying we shouldn't be saying things like that. We all go to parties. We all do this. We all do that. Forgetting that we are not all Bongani Zungus. We are nobodies at some points. No one is idolizing me. I don't rely on playing sports to
make a living. Yeah.
So I'm a different sort of person. So obviously, I mean, that's a recap, just in case you don't know what happened. I mean, he broke COVID protocols. So as you all know, right now, sports teams all over the world, they try and create a sort of bubble where teams, or players rather, they stay in wherever, not say indoors, but they're kept in a separate environment, away from the public, just so that they can be able to stay clear of the virus and be able to compete and help the team move forward. So Bongani Zungu, in this case, apparently went to a party, and then apparently was caught coming back or something. But the story is a bit shady on its own. But that's what happened. So Steven Gerrard, the manager of Rangers, was asked about the situation. What does this mean? Because he's on loan. That's the sad thing about it. He's on loan from a team that got relegated in Ligue 1 in France. Now is playing in Ligue 2. And right now, that team on its own is bad. They are 11th on the log. And they might also get relegated and go further down.
Yeah.
And he was thrown a lifeline of saying, Chief, we see you. We come through. Let us see what we can do with you. And come in. Let us, Steven Gerrard spoke highly of him when he came over, or when he eventually made contact about him. And he got the man. He's there on loan. He got there, and then he decides to go with 4 youth players to a party. 4 youth players, by the way. Those people get to stay. Those people have a lot of years ahead of them to try and build their career and really come back from this mishap. Zungu is 28. This might be curses for him.
I know.
We might find him coming back to play for Baroka FC.
Mazulu, come back, man.
Mazulu. He's 28. And if you're 28 in Europe, it's almost curtains, especially if you're a foreigner.
Oh yeah, no. And I think that, because like actually this topic of discussing about how like Naomi Osaka, about how she's like an inspiration and a person to look up to. And I think that that's kind of where sport is going now. When people are now not just a player; they have to be like an ambassador. They have they have to make us. And he's not being it. Like for a South African to then get a transfer overseas, to then be in a team that's in the Europa League and competing, and like they're basically going to win the Scottish Premier League.
They're home and dry. Yeah,
like. And a team with that much history, like that's so much. Like you look at all the players from like when I was growing up, because I'm not that old. Exactly. But you look at your Aaron McQuenas, your Sean Barkletts, your Quinton Fortunes, all of them were South Africans that made that dream possible.
Yes.
So then now he's been given the torch to be able to be like, cool, let me bring through the next South Africans, your Percy Towers.
Yes.
They're coming through now, and then now he's out there basically not living up to the standard. And for me, people like he went to a party. It's a thing of when you're an elite athlete, when you're an elite performer, you have different standards. It's as simple as that. Like
you know what's sad? This will. I hope this is not true, or I hope this won't happen. But this might also jeopardize the chance of a young South African to like in going overseas. We hardly have South Africans. I'm not going to talk about Africa in general. Players in Cote d'Ivoire, Nigeria, they go and be successful overseas. They become legends.
Yeah.
You see, and for us here, it's a small thing. We're still celebrating Penny McCarthy right now as the only player who's won the Champions League. Top scorer, close to beating Didier Drogba, Wayne Rooney at that time when he was playing for Blackburn. And he is one of our biggest one. If not him, then it's Lucas Radebe, and then a few here and there. And you find that one person who is supposed to revive his career, and you look at where you come from, you look at Amiens. I mean, the team is not doing well there. It's your parent club. If you don't secure this deal, you're leaving, and you're going to go to a party. He's not the first athlete to be caught out. He's not the first athlete to do this. But it doesn't mean that he should do it.
Yeah, it's irresponsible.
I mean, especially if you know where you come from.
Yeah.
You don't come from privilege. You come from a team that's in League 2. You don't come from Paris Saint-Germain or anything. You don't come from that.
Yeah.
Where if that doesn't happen, then if you're at Paris Saint-Germain, then you know you might secure a move to Marseille, or you might play for a Lorient or a Rennes or anything, but you might play for a small team, but still within the top flight. Playing in the top flight for right now, we are struggling to keep players playing in the top flight. Hence, when he signed for PSG, for Rangers, everybody went to like a Rangers page on Facebook and Twitter. We were always calling for him. I was there too.
I was there. No.
I was there too.
I was living.
You expect me at home and tell me that I shouldn't judge him after everything that I've invested in him? Because he was like, I was hopeful that he would, go in and do well and be successful, and we wish him all the best.
No, we want people to be successful. That's the thing. We want, but you only can wish success upon somebody that wants it themselves. So I feel I have zero sympathy for him, but but people that I'm really happy about are the Dolphins.
Oh, yes, lads.
Because the Dolphins were undefeated this weekend, won 3 games on the bounce.
Yep.
In the T20 challenge. But the most important one is because there was one game that was very elusive, because we only won on the Duckworth-Lewis method. So now, for those at home, like what happens is in a cricket game, if the game has been interrupted by rain, and the team that batted first had batted the entire innings, and then based on the team that bat second, I think if they bat a quarter of their innings, if they bat a quarter of their innings,
so far so good, yeah.
Then what happens is the mathematics come in, depending on the amount of wickets you lost, how many overs are remaining, to decide who wins the fixture. And that's what happened in this game, and the Dolphins won by 4 runs.
And that is good. That's how the game should be won or finished. Should any natural thingies happen from the outside. There's no other way you can decide a T20 match, bro. I don't think there is another way.
No, but like for me, it's like, because you have your all-rounders at the end, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You have like back in the day, when Lance Klusener batted 9, so you're like, you know what? If Lance Klusener came in now, I think we could win this game. You know what I'm saying?
Lance Klusener at 9.
So then what I'm saying is, like, how do you judge? You just be like, cool, mathematics. No, yes.
So, first of all, it's not a rule to have an all-rounder at 9 or a batsman at 9. It's not a cricket rule.
Yeah,
it's a strategy that a team goes with.
Yes.
So if you choose to have all your top batsmen at 1 and 6 or 1 to 7, whatever the case is, that's your choice.
Yeah.
If you choose to flip it around and say, I'll start with Kagiso Rabada, and he will team up with Ngidi at 1 and 2, they will open for me. That is your strategy.
Yeah.
So, first of all, whatever you're trying to fight, Chief, it won't end well. Because now, look at it. Why would you put Lance Kluser at 9? You want him to get all the runs in Sakanya, midday, in the morning, very early.
Okay.
Have him hitting, whatever the case is. So, now, you get to do everything you get to use all of your best batsmen and your best hitters, and when DLS comes through, how is that? How do you challenge that?
Okay, I will say maybe only in T20s, because in a T20 it's 1 over can change the game.
Yeah.
1 over, you can just be like, yeah, shame, homie decided to give me a full toss, no ball, 6, free hit. That's 70. That's like 12 runs you can get off of 1 ball.
True.
DLS doesn't count that in.
No, it shouldn't, because that's you projecting now. That's you projecting, saying, I can get 12, 16, 32 runs in 1 over. You saying I can get these 36 runs, I can hit 6 sixes in 1 over.
Yeah.
I can, or I could. But now, let's work with what's here and what we have here.
Okay.
How many did you obtain? Okay. How many wickets? Okay. Chief, where were you at this time? Or you were 7 runs away. Chief, you are winning. Done. Curtains for you. Because the thing is, I don't understand why people... Look, it's very sad to watch your team lose through the DLS method. It's very painful to watch it happen. Because you think, dude, if you had Kazondo there, or we have Serol if he's not opening, and you're like, we could have got something. But it's like, sorry, it didn't happen. You could have just started with them. So if you have your top batsmen starting there at the top, let them hit and chase. It puts them under pressure. That's what they pay to do at the end of the day. You're not saying that you should go there and try and use all the blocking techniques. You are wasting your own time. You see a ball, whether it's a yoga, hit it. Hit it, Chief.
Yeah, I don't like it when maybe I just wasn't good at maths. I just don't like it when maths
comes into place.
And probability. I believe in a homie. That's my issue. I believe in a homie. I'm like, you know what, this homie's gonna bowl 6 yokas and get 5. That's my thing. I like to believe in homies. I don't like maths. I feel like it failed me and it failed.
It's okay. Story of your life. It's a story of your life. However, I think and like I said, I understand how people can be very frustrated with the DLS method, as how a bit unfair at some points, because you're thinking now your top hitters will hit. But I mean, how many times can you guarantee that your top hitter will top hit?
Yeah.
So it's a different situation. So it's very painful, but I don't think there is another way we can decide a T20 match at this point in time, because it's 20 overs, get in and get it out. 20 overs, sharper, get in, get out, and that's chai. If you fail to get to the targets and then the rain comes, then Chief, put in the mats. That's why we had to do. You were asking yourself, why do we need mats? This is why we need mats in life. This is where you use your probabilities. You try and use a Venn diagram. This is when you do it. This time in cricket.
Okay. Okay. Cool. I agree with. I just don't like mats.
Let us know. Is the DLS method?
Yeah.
Is the DLS method fair or not fair?
Not fair.
Don't just say fair, not fair, and then say fair, and then you don't tell us why. Just tell us why you think it's fair or it's not fair.
Yeah, so quick roundup of some other news. Curtis Blades, mistakes costing the victory in his UFC fight against Lewis.
Yeah.
All I can say is it was not the upset of the century, but it was a very big upset in the community.
That's great stuff. And also in the PGA, in the US PGA Tour, we saw some Alex Homey winning at home in Los Angeles. And the Genesis Invitational Open was great to watch. And unfortunately, on Saturday, they couldn't really finish off the round 3 because of rain, and then they had to move it. 23 players had to finish off on Sunday, where he actually was stretched by Finau to the playoffs, where he won by a short lead. So it was a great one, and then obviously looking forward to the next round of the PGA. I don't remember. I think it's the Workers PGA Championship coming up this time around. So it's going to be exciting to obviously look forward to a few weeks or a few days in this week.
Yeah, definitely.
Almost said a few weeks from now.
Thing I'm looking forward to is your most valuable player prediction. So for those at home, the most valuable player is our MVP award. So the player that is the most valuable in either a team or a single sport that has come in the past week.
Yeah.
So do you have an MVP?
Yes, I do. Mine has to definitely be Kaizer. I think Kaizer was on the money. Did I take yours? That's good. That's why because we don't talk. We never talk. We never talk about anything about related to the show. When he gets here, we're like, okay, surprise me. Yeah, surprise him. I got it. Kaizer was great for me, and I'm not even gonna waste your time. Kaizer, Dolphins team of the week for me. Done.
Oh wow, that was great. That was well done. No. For me now it has to be Kylian Mbappe for scoring a hat trick. PSG absolutely demolished.
Did you think of that now?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, well done. Well done.
No, because I was
because you just cannot agree with me.
I was looking at it. I was like, I'm like, Sbu, we're gonna fight this. We're gonna fight this. We're not gonna win this game. But yeah, no. So Barcelona, utter disarray. PSG, well done. Team of the week, I think same as you. Dolphins to go undefeated in a weekend. Yeah. That was top-notch performances.
Fantastic.
But your game of the week, though.
Yeah, no, I'm bringing that. This is the time where I come in.
For me, my game of this past week, my fixture of the week, had to be Liverpool getting that L from Everton. Richarlison, great goal. Because it was the first time that they've lost a home Merseyside derby in like over 50 years. I'm like, what life is this? Yes. So Jurgen Klopp struggling. 4 games at home, 4 L's, 2021 is not the one for him.
COVID football. COVID football. Oh,
hey,
he's saying flames.
Right, he's got COVID. Right? Okay, no. Never said that COVID football. That's
okay. I said COVID football.
Yeah,
I think everyone who's supposed to sort of like a big team will understand COVID football. It's crazy for them. Yeah. Definitely. Yeah. But now, here are some of the fixtures to look forward to.
So predictions for next week.
Definitely. But I actually picked out three big ones. I think it's going to be big. Yeah. So first things first, Six Nations are coming back this week.
Yes.
Wales and England.
Yes.
Yeah, that's the headliner for that. For that game. The big ones is the Wales and England. And this time around, I'll put my head on the chopping block. England, Chief.
I'm going Wales because I need them to beat France. Yeah, I'm not letting you get away with this France thing. I refuse. I refuse.
But I'm still sticking to the fact that France will win.
I'm still sticking.
But England will take it this one.
I was for Ireland, but now I'm against Sbu. So then now.
Okay, that's fine.
So I'm fine. Wales to win.
That is fine. Like, just move over to cricket. Some cricket. It's the T20 challenge. Obviously, the semi-finals and finals this weekend. This upcoming weekend, obviously, the weekend of the 27th to the 28th. That's the one I'm talking about. Because now, if you're watching this on Monday, next week is a problem. Next week being the 1st of March. Now I'm supposed to date everything.
Yeah.
So that's one of the actions, some of the things you can look forward to. Also in rugby, domestically, there's that preparation tournament is going to be happening starting on Friday. I think the Lions are playing in the Eastern Province. Then Sharks also are in action. So there's going to be a lot of rugby happening as of the 27th. So 26th on Friday. It's going to be happening from then on until for a whole month. So there's going to be some good rugby matches for like a month in a space of like 10 days because they're obviously making way for the testing and the COVID and everything. So that's going to be nice. That's obviously it's in preparation for the Pro 14. That's going to be happening. No, let me just say Pro Rugby because I'm not sure if it's 14 or 16.
It's 16.
16?
Yeah.
Let's just say Pro Rugby.
Okay.
Yeah, before you misquote us. Correct us underneath.
Yeah.
So, and then it's me and you on Sunday.
I know, Chelsea versus Manchester. I will wear my Manchester United. I go on record now. I am wearing my Manchester United t-shirt next week.
No.
I am coming live.
I have something better.
I am coming live.
I'm heavy. I have something better.
Yes.
Should Chelsea win?
Hey.
You will wear my Chelsea jersey for the entire show.
You're playing games.
No, let's do this.
Playing games.
No, let's do this.
Why you gotta do that?
Should Chelsea win?
Okay.
If United win,
okay.
I'll wear your United jersey for the entire show.
Okay.
Oh, that's going to the archives.
Hey. This man's creating issues for himself. That's what I'm saying.
Do you agree on that?
I agree. Let's go. Let's go. Let's be strong.
COVID.
Right
there. Yeah. You want to show people good things.
Great things. Yeah. Great ambassadors of the game.
Exactly. Yes. Yes.
Yeah. So yes, if Man United win, I'm gonna watch Sbu wear my Man United jersey. I think I have 2, so I'll wear mine as well. They'll be in red.
Yeah.
And then if Chelsea somehow miraculously decide to win, then I will wear your Chelsea.
But I would not accept if it's gonna be a 1-0 through a Bruno Fernandes penalty. That I would not accept.
Oh, that's a tactic.
No, let's just play football, Chief. Can you agree on that?
No. That's Man United's formula to success.
Then I'm definitely wearing a United jersey next week. Definitely then. Right, do you have anything else there?
This for me, I just want to say one more closing thoughts. Shout out to all the 2020 matrics.
Yes!
Well done on completing your year. May you flourish and prosper in the new year.
Yeah.
Shout out. COVID year to have gone through that. I can't imagine.
Definitely, man.
It
gives me goosebumps, man.
Yeah, so congratulations, you guys deserved it, worked hard.
Yeah, and also just to add on to that, we've been practicing. This thing is not happening.
Yeah, come on, let's do this.
We are available.
We're gonna do this right. Okay, cool. You go first.
Yeah, okay, I'll do this right here.
Yeah.
We are available on all streaming platforms. That's it.
And we are also available on Instagram and Facebook at the Changeroom ZA.
Come on, lad!
Come on with it!
That's it!
My name is Tibs.
I am Sbu.
Welcome to the Changeroom.
Goodbye.